Bennett had always been the practical one. While other humans on the frontier station gambled their credits on luxury imports or overpriced entertainment, he saved every penny from his maintenance work. When the auction notice appeared for an abandoned Valkyrie workshop in Sector 7, he saw opportunity where others saw junk. The Valkyrie had vanished 3 years ago, leaving behind mysteries and empty buildings across a dozen worlds. Their workshop, a sprawling structure of crystalline walls and bioluminescent panels, had sat dormant ever since. Bennett won the bid for a fraction of what the materials alone were worth. "You're insane," Kira told him when he showed her the deed. She was his best friend since childhood, now working as a xenobiology researcher on the station. Her dark eyes scanned the holographic property display with obvious concern. "Nobody knows why the Valkyrie left. What if there's something dangerous in there? Then I'll call you to identify it," Bennett replied with a grin. "Come on, Kai, when has humanity ever let a little danger stop us?" She rolled her eyes, but couldn't suppress a smile. "Fine, but I'm coming with you on the first inspection." The workshop's interior was breathtaking. Vaulted ceilings stretched 30 meters high, supported by pillars that seemed to grow organically from the floor. Workbenches lined the walls, covered in tools whose purposes Bennett could only guess at. The air itself hummed with residual energy, making the hair on his arms stand up. "This is incredible," Kira whispered, running her hand along a smooth console. The Valkyrie were master craftsmen. Whatever they made here, it was important. They explored for hours, documenting everything. Bennett's mind raced with possibilities. He could convert this into a proper engineering facility. Maybe even learn to use some of the alien tools. Humanity had a knack for reverse engineering technology. It was one of the traits that made them so successful among the galactic community. It was Kara who found the vault, hidden behind a false wall in the deepest chamber. The vault door bore symbols neither of them recognized, but it was already open, just a crack, as if someone had left in a hurry. "Bennett, wait," Kira started, but he was already pushing it wider. The room beyond was small and circular, its walls covered in what looked like climate controls and monitoring equipment. In the center, resting in a nest of shimmering thermal filaments, were 2 eggs. They were massive, each the size of a human torso, with shells that shifted between deep crimson and midnight blue depending on the angle of light. Patterns swirled across their surfaces like living tattoos. "Oh my God," Kira breathed. She pulled out her scanner, hands trembling. "Bennett, these are alive. The readings are... I've never seen anything like this. Are they dangerous?" "I don't know, but they're about to hatch." She looked up at him, face pale. Maybe in the next few hours, Bennett's practical mind kicked in. The Valkyrie kept them here, maintained this place for them. They must be valuable, or dangerous, or both. Kira circled the eggs slowly, her scanner chirping constantly. The embryonic readings suggest an incredibly complex organism, advanced neural development, redundant organ systems, and there's something else. She frowned. They're producing their own energy somehow. Biological fusion, maybe. As if in response to her words, one of the eggs trembled. A hairline crack appeared across its surface, glowing with inner light. "We should leave," Kira said. "Call the authorities. Let them handle this." But Bennett was already shaking his head. "And let them be taken to some lab. Dissected. Whatever these are, the Valkyrie trusted them enough to build all this." He gestured at the sophisticated monitoring systems. "They weren't weapons. They were protected, cared for. You don't know that. I know that humans didn't get this far by running away from the unknown." Bennett moved closer to the eggs. "We got here by being stubborn enough to understand it." The egg cracked further. Then the second one began to split as well, releasing wisps of steam that smelled like ozone and cinnamon. Kira grabbed his arm. "If you're staying, I'm staying. But if these things try to eat us, I'm saying I told you so." Bennett laughed despite his nervousness. "Deal." The first creature emerged in a tumble of wet scales and membrane. It was serpentine, perhaps 2 meters long, with 4 legs that ended in delicate claws. Wings, currently plastered to its body, promised an impressive span once dried. Its head was wedge-shaped and elegant, with eyes that glowed like molten gold. Bennett's mind supplied the word from ancient human mythology. It looked exactly like a dragon. The second one hatched moments later, nearly identical to its twin, but with eyes of brilliant silver instead of gold. They regarded the 2 humans with unmistakable intelligence. Then, to Bennett's shock, the gold-eyed one chirped a sound both musical and mechanical and projected a hologram from some organ in its throat. The image showed those graceful insectoid aliens, tending to the eggs. It showed them teaching, nurturing, preparing these creatures for ... something. The final image was of the Valkyrie placing the eggs in the vault. sealing the door, and leaving, not fleeing, entrusting. They left them for someone to find, Kira whispered. For someone to raise. The silver-eyed dragon approached her, moving with surprising grace for a newborn. It pressed its snout gently against her hand. The gold-eyed one did the same to Bennett, and he felt a warmth spread through him, not heat, but something deeper. Connection, recognition, I think, Bennett said slowly. That the Valkyrie knew what they were doing, knew that whoever was stubborn enough to buy this place, patient enough to explore it, would be worthy of this. And you think that's us? Humans? He looked at the dragon, nuzzling his palm, at its eyes full of ancient wisdom and newborn curiosity. Humans have always been good at one thing, Kai, taking in strays and making them family. She laughed, tears streaming down her face as the silver dragon wrapped its tail around her leg like a trusting child. You're right, we're absolutely insane. This is the most human thing we could possibly do. Welcome to the family, Bennett told the dragons. We're going to figure this out together. The dragons chirped in harmony, and somewhere in that sound, Bennett heard agreement. The Valkyrie had been master craftsmen, yes, but humanity's gift was different, the ability to form bonds across any divide, to nurture potential into greatness, to say yes when everyone else said no. It was the most human, year moment of his life, and it was only the beginning.